Hello everybody and welcome to another video from My Day Travel. Now this is a very special video, ladies and gents. This is an updated version on the Into the Drink booklet. But before we start, if you do like our content, please like and subscribe. Tap the little bell button down there for future notifications. But let's get started. So the last time we did this video on Into the Drink was around July 2024. It's been a very long time. So if you're new to cruising on Marella or you just haven't been on for a while, this is the video for you. So we're going to show you through this book. We're going to show you all the differences in the drinks package between the all-inclusive and the premium drinks packages.
Yeah, big shout out to Shaky Jake, one of our followers, who kindly sent us the latest booklet, which is valid from February 2026. Now, it is a big question, one that we certainly struggled with. Do you take the inclusive package that's included in your fare, or should you upgrade to the premium? And we've done both, haven't we?
We have, and to start with, we were very confused. First time on Marella, we went with the premium because we had no idea what to expect. To then realise that you get all of the same drinks on the premium as you do on the all-inclusive, minus a few signature cocktails. For example, Mike's favourite, the mudslide.
Yeah, I thought we were going to go through every cocktail on the list, and that's why we went premium, because every cocktail on the list, all the wines, and all the coffees, because we like our coffee as well. But in reality, we'll let you know at the end what the reality was. So should we get started on this booklet?
Let's do that.
So let's start with page number 1.
Okay, so let's start off with the first page on the booklet, which is basically about how much it costs to upgrade to the premium all-inclusive. Now, it's gone up a little bit from when we've last did this video. It's now actually £99 per person per week to upgrade to the premium all-inclusive. Now, remember, the premium all-inclusive does give you better branded spirits and lagers. It does also, like Michael said, give you different cocktails and different wines on the list. So what are you actually getting for your £99 per person per week? And may I just add, if you do upgrade on the ship, because this should be done before your cruise, it is usually an additional £10 more on the ship. So make sure you upgrade before your cruise if you're going to do it. So what do you get? Upgrading to premium all-inclusive, you're basically able to sample everything on the full menu at no extra cost. So this is the one thing you need to be mindful of. No extra cost to sample anything on the premium. If you can still buy drinks that are on the premium without being on the premium, but you will have to pay that on your bill at the end of your cruise.
Also as well, did we say that everybody in the cabin
of course,
has to have the same package? So if one person in the cabin has the premium, every other adult in that cabin has to have the premium as well.
Apart from families, so children don't have
to no, they can just stay on the inclusive.
Hopefully children wouldn't be, because they wouldn't be drinking alcohol.
No, but it only applies to adults. But of course, if you get a couple and one drinks and the other doesn't,
you're a bit stuck.
It's a little bit difficult.
But with that one in mind, if that was the case for anybody in that situation, then just pay as you go off the menu, because it's going to be a lot easier for you. And either way, you just stick to the all-inclusive, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, let's start by having a look at the drinks. And I think the first page is going to be wines and fizz. So let me just explain the symbols to you. There are two main symbols on this page. One is the star, which means that is an extra charge if you are on the inclusive menu. If you are on the premium, the star does not apply to you. That drink is included in your package. The second symbol is the one that looks like a cross. That means there is an extra charge whatever package you're on. So you will pay the extra charge even if you're premium. So star is just for people on inclusive that fancy one of those drinks, and the cross is an extra charge for everybody.
Shall we look at a few little drinks differences between the two?
Yeah, let's see what the difference between the packages is.
So basically, on the inclusive, you can still get everything that you need. You can get your wines and your fizz. You can get sparkling wines by the glass, Prosecco and Cava, but remember, it's by the glass on the inclusive. It's also by the glass on the premium, but you get a better quality. So you'll get things like rosé, white wines, house wines, red wines, etc. You can also get non-alcoholic wines on that as well.
Yeah, that's a new addition, non-alcoholic wine.
Well, to be fair, you know, I don't want to go on about this, but a lot of young people are now doing this thing where they're not drinking anymore. So non-alcoholic drinks are becoming quite
Yeah,
popular.
yeah.
And then we've got beers and ciders on the inclusive as well. The one thing about this that I must mention, which I find very, very odd, is the fact that to me, a bottled lager is more premium than a pint. But yeah, it's reverse on this. So basically, on the inclusive, you get bottled lager and cans, and you do get some draft on the beers and ciders: Foster's, Heineken, John Smith, Strongbow. But then you get premium brands to me like Birra Moretti, Peroni, San Miguel, Guinness.
We were really surprised by that,
Because
weren't we?
to
That
me,
they
they're
were on the
premium.
inclusive, because
Yeah.
Birra Moretti and Peroni are a really nice bottled beer.
They are. So it makes you think to yourself, what do you get on the premium? Well, on the premium, the beers and ciders, you actually get Heineken and Birra Moretti, but you get them in draft, whereas you don't get them on the thing. But I must mention as well, if you've noticed on there, it says European sailings and Caribbean sailings. Now, please remember, dependent on what sort of cruise you are on, that is what is reflective of the drinks. So, for example, if you're on a European cruise, you can get Foster's on draft. If you're on a Caribbean, you can get Heineken on draft. So be mindful of that.
But it has to be said as well, Dave, that you can't always guarantee every drink is always going to be available.
No, but there's a good selection. If they,
We've never had it, have we,
No.
where they've turned around and said we haven't got that, but it can happen.
Yeah, and I won't go too much into the wines and fizz, obviously, because as you can see there's quite a good choice. When we were premium, we did actually enjoy the white wine that we had that was above the house, but we've been all in and we've enjoyed the house white as well.
Well, I have to say that the wine was one of the reasons we did first cruise we did with the Marella go premium, but I was very disappointed that there wasn't more choice. I thought the choice of wines were very limiting.
Yeah, when you consider some cruises, they have wine cellars with wine tastings and all sorts of things, and they really focus on wine. Marella tend not to, which is a bit of a shame.
So for premium, you weren't getting a lot of extra choice.
No. Which then leads us on to cocktails.
The big one.
Yes. So
Right, cocktails, one of my favourite, Dave. So the list for inclusive, you've got quite a good list there. Now, we thought when we first went on the Marella cruise, we'd have premium because we were going to go through every cocktail there was on that list. That was our intention, but in reality, it didn't quite turn out like that. I couldn't get past my favourites. So we just had what we liked and never really tried all of the others. So pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri, and that was
that was
me.
daiquiri.
I know. I thought I was all prepared for it this time. A daiquiri. But you can see the list that you get on inclusive. It's quite an extensive list. And of course, if you are on the premium, you double your choice. So you have got these additional to choose from. Now, there is a lot of choice there. It does include the mudslide, which is one of my favourites. But you can see the prices, and if I want a mudslide, I will just pay the price as a little treat that's listed on the side. So that's the cocktails, but let's have a look at mocktails. And Dave might just have a little tip for you.
Well, it isn't a little tip. It's just something that we did because we were getting really fed up of super strong cocktails that had far too much alcohol in them compared to juices. And that was basically, we went off the mocktail menu. So we found the mocktail menu, and what we decided to do was have a few mocktails and then get a single or a double shot of vodka or rum and pop them in there, basically taking control of the amount of alcohol in our cocktails. So with the mocktail menu, you do get quite a lot of things. So for example, the pineapple sunshine is really, really nice. But for me, I was absolutely blown away by the Bora Bora brew. I loved it. I love ginger. So of course I just popped myself in there a single or a double shot of vodka and away we went. But a lot of these places as well, you have to be mindful that if they don't have cocktails that you like there, and what we found on other cruise ships is if you ask the barman, 9 times out of 10 they could probably make you something. So as Mike knows, I love a Moscow Mule. I've had that everywhere. I've had amaretto sours everywhere. So don't be afraid to ask. They can only say no.
Yeah, and what we're talking, let's just say with the drinks, we are not aware on Marella of there being any limit to the amount of drinks you can have or how often it is before you can order. Some ships, there's a limit of time difference between drinks that you can have. We're not aware of any of that on Marella. I think as long as you're not abusing the drink system and you're sober, then they're happy to serve you.
Definitely. But one more thing we need to add about the drinks. So you do get aperitifs, liqueurs, ports and sherries, and they are quite extensive as well. So if you're into this sort of thing, you can get a lot of option with these.
Yeah.
So once again, you do get a difference between inclusive and premium all inclusive. For example, on the inclusive, you do get your things like your Pims, your Campari, your Pernod, Amaretto. So Mike and I love an Amaretto on Coke. You can get those on the inclusive along with many, many others, as you can see on screen. And in the premium all inclusive, you'll get more, I'm going to say exotic ones like
Yeah.
what we got on there, Grand Marnier, I love that, Galliano,
Cointreau,
Tia
Tia
Maria, one of Mike's favourite.
in coffee.
So, which is going to lead me on to, I think, what we're going to be talking about very shortly is the coffees. But before we get there, the one big thing about these menus is the difference in spirits. So do you want to take the front for the spirits?
Yeah, spirits, obviously you've got the better quality spirits in your premium selection. So what we would say is if you're not too worried what gin, what vodka, or whiskey that you have in your drinks or which one you drink, then the inclusive is going to suit you fine. You can see that you've got Gordon's and New Amsterdam gin included, and you've got Smirnoff on the vodka. So you've got plenty of good choice there if you're not too bothered about a particular premium brand. Now, obviously going on the all-inclusive, you've got the better brands, such as gin, you've got the Bombay Sapphire, Hendrick's and Gordon's Premium, and this goes throughout most of the spirits, that you have got a good choice on the inclusive, but if you like your premium brands, then it's probably worth you going on the Premier.
Definitely. So now we spoke to you about coffee. So the coffee port is included on the premium. Not everything at the coffee port, may I add, is included, just the coffees. They do cold brews and all things like that.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind, on some ships, you have got ice creams and cakes. They are not included in the premium one inclusive. But which leads us on to a little hack that we found. So if you're at your meal, you can potentially have most of the more exclusive coffees with your meal on the all-inclusive. But if you go to any of the bars, they do have proper coffee machines there, and they can make really posh coffees, can't they, Mike?
Oh, they can. And I mean, we like our coffee, and after going premium the first cruise, we decided that we didn't need to go premium again. And so if we wanted a coffee, we would go to the coffee port, and they would always have a coffee on offer, if you remember. So you would always get a really good price, and we would just pay extra for a nice coffee occasionally. But yeah, the coffees around the bars were more than adequate. You had good lattes, good espressos.
Well, yeah, but they also did specialty coffees as well. So they do an Irish coffee at the bars. They do an Irish cream coffee, and they do one of our favourites, a Lumumba. We found this on board Marella. We've never had it before, and it's basically a brandy hot chocolate with whipped cream. Beautiful. But alongside that, then, if you're on the premium, you do get, again, additional coffees that you can't get on the all-inclusive, such as the Highland coffee, the chocolate orange, which again is a really nice coffee, the Cafe Royale and the Italiano coffee. And then all of your basics, like Micah said, your lattes, your cappuccinos and stuff will be on the all-inclusive.
And of course, soft drinks is probably a big one, because a lot of people like their soft drinks in cans. Well, you will not get cans of soft drinks on the inclusive. You will only get it by the glass. If you want cans, then you will need to be on the premium to be able to get your soft drinks in cans.
Do you want to quickly talk to them about the fact that it is lacking in one specific drink on premium and all-inclusive, and that is water?
Yes.
You cannot get water on any of the premium all-inclusives. It's crazy.
Remember the first time we cruised, you used to get, was it 1.5 litre bottle to your room every night?
Yes, which was pointless though, because it was always warm.
And of course you didn't need it, because they've got the cold water machines by the lifts on each of the decks with cabins. So we didn't drink the water, did we? There's no fridge in the rooms, so it came warm, but we just took a flask, which definitely a good tip. Take a thermal flask, because you can get water from the water machines. It's ice cold, and it works out much better, doesn't it, than having the bottled water.
100%. Obviously, you know, you're going to need water in your rooms. If you're on a hot vacation, a lot of the time the aircon doesn't work great in the room. So that cold water fountain, like Mike said, by each of the lifts is very important on.
So, Dave, that's the book. We've seen all the drinks that are included and premium. So what's your conclusion on the matter?
Well, it's quite simple. Being cruisers that have done quite a few Marella cruises now, I found the best option for us, and probably yourselves as well, would be to stay all inclusive and just pay as you go for those little treats that you want every now and then. For example, last time we did the Marella cruise,
Yeah.
I think we accrued about a £33 bill,
Yeah.
and that was basically just some additional coffees,
And my mudslide. Yeah.
mudslides. Once again, though, see, that's on the premium, and it's a beautiful drink if you do get the chance to try it.
Yeah.
But yes, what about yourself?
I just think that inclusive, having gone premium the first cruise, we felt that we didn't need premium when we sailed with Marella again. The inclusive gave us everything that we wanted, and I never felt that we missed out on premium, particularly as you can still order the drink, but we didn't spend anywhere near what we would have spent to have both had to have upgraded to the premium. So I think the only reasons you should upgrade to premium is if you really only drink your premium brands and it's on the premium list. If you drink regular lots of coffee a day, because the coffee was fairly reasonable.
Definitely. I am going to chuck in a tip here before we leave, Mike, and that is as well on every cruise we've ever been on. Get to know your bar staff, get to know your waiting staff. The bars can be very busy on Marella. They do hold quite a lot of people, but they do have events such as bands and stuff, and they do get full. So get to know your bar staff, and trust me, it will stand you in good stead with getting a drink.
And let us know what you have done. Have you gone premium? Have you gone inclusive? What advice would you give to people? And also, again, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of forthcoming videos. It helps our small channel out a great deal, so we would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, so once again, from Minor Travel, we thank you for watching this video. We look forward to hearing all of your comments. So thank you and happy cruising.